Hello and welcome. Today is Saturday, the 29th of July, the fourth and final birthday day in this crazy week that I have. Um, in amongst all of these birthday celebrations, and they just keep dragging out, the underlying vibe for me for this past week, and it did start the week before, but it's really amped up, is the sense of the military presence. And I don't even know where that's coming from necessarily. Um, but it's almost like they're in the environment. The word military, the feeling of military, they're everywhere. Uh, the truth wave that that activated however long ago that was is also continuing to build. I mean, obviously, we've got the hearings in the states around UAPs, which has obviously got a military connection. Um, we've got, as Hamish posted in the Telegram not long ago, the biggest weekend newspaper in Australia has got Fauci on the front cover with big headline of COVID cover up, Um, n- everything that has been initiated since March, since we went live, has just continued to build and build and build. And that's just not going to stop. And everybody seems to be a little bit, um, well, a little bit jaded. Um, the code transfer that we touched on last week with us personally and our bodies, that's also building the overwhelming internal heat, um, then cold. And I've spoken to a few people in the States this past week, and you're dealing with incredibly hot weather and you're cold to the bone for some reason. It's winter here, but we're having, I don't know what happened to winter. We had the coldest May on record, and then winter officially started in June, and since then it's been beautiful. Blue skies, we're having 20 odd degree days. I'm having warmer winter days than some of you guys are having in summer. Um, but that doesn't even seem to explain what's happening with our bodies. For me, that comes down to data transfer. We are continually at the moment handing over whatever we've got, from that period that we did from 15 to 22. And it feels like it's because we are, to some degree, making space for something big. Oh, and a shout out to San Tarot, please, and thank you for the incredible Leo reading she did for me as birthday present. That was insane. But that message is not the first time I've kind of heard that in really recent, like in the last couple of weeks. Um, this feeling like we are on. I hate having this feeling because everything comes in and feels like it's imminent, but it feels like it's imminent. Um, I was told I was told that all my Christmases and dreams would come true at once, and that's the feeling, and it's fucking soon. Um, Speaking of military, we just had a chopper crash and kill 4 in manoeuvres up in the Queensland coast, out over the water. Lots of choppers flying around us this last week. Very unusual. And apparently we've got US military ships in different harbors, or one's a submarine, I think. And not connected to training, apparently. Whatever, what's the word? Whatever label they're operating under, apparently is something that they don't normally do outside of their own waters. Does that make sense? Are you anywhere near any bases or anything at all, Hamish, to explain it?
No,
And it was Australian?
no, yeah. So we had Toowoomba, not Toowoomba, Tamworth, which is over the other side of the mountain from us, but a direct line to the coast to the east. Tamworth is a flight training centre, but only for training. There's no real base there. And then Port Macquarie's the naval one to the south. I don't know what the closest one north would be. One of those. Yeah, I can't even think now. But anyway, we had I don't know 2 days of choppers coming over, and I figured they were heading up they were doing exercises or something up in Queensland. They said so. We heard that's what it was all about. And they were coming over. It looked like from Tamworth they were hitting the coast. So they were basically turning right over the top of Bellingen, and we just had this stream of helicopters of all makes and sizes, and like big jets flying low, and all that sort of business, which never happens, like never, ever. And then this morning, ever. And then this morning, my brother sent me a headline that I didn't see, but he found it because someone else had a plane crash that we knew yesterday or the day before. So it was kind of on our radar. And it was a helicopter went into the ocean and 4 are dead at Hamilton Island, apparently. Now, I don't know about you, but do you do military maneuvers over Hamilton and Hayman Island?
No.
Like, that sounds a bit weird to me.
It was a military one that went down at Hayman.
A military chopper went down off Hamilton Island in the water doing it as part of the military exercise up in Queensland, in air quotes, and 4 people died. For those that don't know, I don't know the American or but it's like the premier coral reef holiday destination that half of the country that goes on holidays is at the moment, because it's warm there when it's cold everywhere else. Like, it's full of Victorians and South Australians and New South Wales people. My mum's up in Queensland at the moment, coming down with a camper on the back of a ute with her partner, and most of the caravan parks are booked solid. Like, they couldn't get anywhere near Airlie Beach, Hamilton Island, Hayman Island. All that whole area is just booked solid. And they're doing a military helicopter exercise there. That doesn't make any sense.
Over a holiday resort.
Yeah, basically. Like, and not just a holiday resort, but Hamilton and Hayman Island are like the holiday islands in Australia. Like, there's only 2, and that's them.
And over it's the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah. Like, as if they would ever get permission to do exercises where you could crash a chopper into the water, fuel, oil, the works, over the Great Barrier Reef. But there they are, apparently.
It sounds like a good time to show the candle I was given as a birthday present. It says conspiracy theorist. And in small print down the bottom, it says, smells like you have trust issues.
Well, hard won trust issues.
One of my daughters knows me very well. Yeah. Oh, far out. Okay. Military.
Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't say it before in the chat, but yeah.
Oh, it starts on the 17th with Darius, and then it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And today's Phoenix's. All right. Okay. What have we touched on so far? Military, data transfer, truth wave. This whole thing that's happening in the States, what do they call that? Is it a congressional hearing or something? Around the around the UAPs? I
Yeah,
mean,
I think that's what they're calling it,
this should
which means you can't lie.
Yeah. Hi, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in the full 1.5 hour conversation, link is in the description. And if not, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.